All right, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Me and Alpha here, and I can see what's going on. Lucy's report described Annex Shrine in detail, but her words failed to convey the overwhelming strangeness of standing here in the midst of dragons. I wonder where the dragons use the bathroom. It's awfully clean up in here. I guess they are civil beings. Winning over the world. You get 5,000 gil, 16,000 experience, 5,000 gil. Is that a dungeon? Oh, we might have a dungeon on our hands today. Alfred seems eager to press on. Though I expected no better answer from Benifer, I take little pleasure from having been proven right. It was seen that our presence at Zenith will be every bit as unwelcome as I had anticipated. But what is the ire of one great worm to a trio of self-confessed fools such as ourselves? Let us begin our ascent. After you, Master Alfred. Scout ahead if you wish to commit. We shall join you outside of Monaco. Alright, so we need to speak with Sir Almec outside Monaco. Good. Got a teleport right there. Just what I like. You heard that flapping? That was my dog's ears. He just got up. So I just got up to get a soda before I started recording. Alfmed, the local commander, seems lost for words, nor can I blame him. I recall being similarly awestruck when I first beheld this vista. Oh yeah, it is beautiful. But the lightning skies everywhere. I had heard tales of the world above the clouds, but never did I dream. One's mind paints a pale picture of its majesty. You live to see such wonders. I am reminded of my first visit to this peak. When Einstein and Yusali yet walked at our side. Oh, is that you, Tick Man? It is. Ah, is it Mog? Mog, Churning Mist. Don't tell me you forgot my name, bro. After all we've been through together. Oh, but at least you remember me. You? Do you remember me? Don't you, Tick Man? Oh, which one is it? How could I forget you, Moglin? How could you mistake me for that overstuffed throne warmer? I'm Mog Ham, the courageous Moogle who guided you to Zenith. Well, we're putting our shared history to one side. What brings you and your friends to Mogholm, people? Ah, another audience with old head squirrel. Well, I hope you brought the horn, Kupo. The winds, as gentle as they are, good loud too, should reach the great worm's ears easily enough. That is good to hear, Lockhand. Thank you. We had best press on to Zenith while the winds are in our favor. Now that was unexpected. Well, Chieftain Moglin want to hear about this. Blow the horn on the floor of Zenith. Alright, well, let's just teleport to Zenith. Seems like the fastest way to get there. Then, oh yeah, we can fly. Gotta go to this gigantic platform up here where everyone should be waiting. And they is, or they are, or they should be. We must win Hagisvar to our case. Fail in this, and Ishengar's fate is all but sealed. Pray sound the horn, Tick Man. As you wish. There he is.
All and well.
Dare summon me again, mortals?
Great Hraesvelga, 'tis not lightly that we beg this audience. Pray hearken to our words, for they concern the future of man and dragon both.
Greetings, Hraesvelga. I am Emeric de Burrell, acting ruler of the nation of Ishgard. I am come before you to parley on behalf of my people.
Un alei in Wyrm, kom ur nosk ein iek mon kin.
Parley, thinkest thou thy purpose unclear to me? Thou art come to beg mine aid in the battle against the shade of Madru, brother.
You foresaw mine intent.
Alei in hesnes an, nalei an, nal olei in.
But bread that which is writ plain in thine eyes. Would that thou had wit enough to scary the answer.
Alei in esk dishwij, I en uldran fakin an shin.
My beloved Shiva did once build a bridge twixt men and dragons, a bridge which thou treacherously forefathers saw fit to tear down, as thou well knowest.
Lis ech nit heg kasmon ikin in, lis noan jas an es in, salen mon an es. Undahin.
Thinkest thou Nighthawk was alone, despairing at the murder of our brood sister? Thinkest thou my own soul did not cry out for vengeance? Know then that upon that first day my heart did wither in my breast. Thy kind became unto me the harbingers of despair.
Stapol iani nithek, shinhes iso, al nor fais in an.
It's only Shivya's gentle dream that preventeth me from flying at Nighthawk's shoulder. Grateful that I swore to abjure aggression ere I consumed her.
Set osk, kom I nithek kin an. Nosk de gan en.
I permit my children to offer or deny the aid as they see fit, to warn thy people of my blue brother's coming, that thou wouldst dare ask more of me, but affirmative thine incurable arrogance.
We understand that in your despair at man's betrayal, you seek only the refuge of solitude. But despite your protestations of spent faith, do you not still nurture the smallest flame of hope?
Hast da dai lai in.
Perceivest thou such lights in the dusk of mine existence?
I do. If you claim I see falsely, then tell me, why did you consent to bear Ezel upon your back?
Is non. Kaisia in. Hol hes exkdier falsu. Nesk an in eskbar.
Ysel, piteous, deluded Ysel. The child did lament her past sins, and sought to balance the scales with her remaining days. 'Twas her unquenchable passion, so alike that of my beloved, which did spur me into flight.
An. Snau how us hesnesh. Ikin en el an.
And for mine own part, I would countenance no longer the hands of evil men to use my brood brother's eyes for ill.
So you do distinguish between those who acknowledge and repent their sins and those who perpetuate them. Interesting. It seems to me that you have not, in fact, lost faith in mankind as a whole. Rather, you weigh our respective merits by how we allow the past to influence our future.
Snosk inlet lai. Nolosk asis an. Ekmon kin ulna en.
Spare me thine idle sophistory. Even were there a mote of truth in thy reasoning, what of it? Wouldst thou have me slay my own sibling to save a city of mortals?
Should we suffer ties of blood to bind our hands, then? Nay, if the crime is one of unconscionable evil, we must needs condemn it, even should the transgressor be our closest kin. When my father corrupted himself and his followers with the power of a primal, I beseeched the warrior of light to slay him, an act alike to patricide. That he did not die by my hand matters little. If anything, it heaps greater disgrace upon my name. But had my father not fallen, he would have drawn countless thousands into a holy war of hellish proportions, which I hold the greater crime. Thus did I order his execution, sparing the lives of my people and yours. Alas, your brother Wyrm now prepares to murder those whom I sought to spare. What is more, he has taken my comrade's body for his own. But if I must slay my dearest friend to defeat my direst foe, I will not flinch from my duty.
Segmon infim, sesc antis ekmon, kill al ud.
Thou wouldst strike down thy friend, and, by example of thy righteousness, persuade me to break mine oath and kill my kindred.
Sloskna, dyrkin illes, kolhes nar inish, draor in.
Heed me, my child. Servants of Hydaelon envision a different outcome. They intend salvation not only for Ishgard, but for the doomed Dragon Slayer as well.
Da niteg, ngarjas, nosk in an, slisva holkas, kai in na.
Leavest thou this shade to be Nighthawk returned? Is it not merely a manifestation of his vengeance, the shadow cast by thy rude brother's rage? I would not command thee, but ponder well that course, lest it lead thee unto greater remorse. The shade of vengeance remains, a future forever be uncertain. Help us save our companion. Now let's do, brother. The shade of vengeance remains.
Esgnitheg esgdir ulgar an, el in an hes nesh an, esk jas ong, n arm ong ingar.
Nighthawk's transformation into rage incarnate is, in part, of mine own doing. I rendered unto him mine eye, and empowered his revenge thereby. But 'tis the purity of my blue brother's wrath that lendeth him his all-surpassing might.
Al in ong water, smahes in an.
Hast thou the strength of will to stand against so terrible a shadow? I wonder. 'Twould seem I must put thee and thy companions to the proof.
Sway in Ratatoska dis die an. Slosk kin. Skol ich les evil.
I shall await thee in the rooms wherein Radaskar once dwelled. Heed well the words of my children, and hasten thee to the place of thy trial. All right, so we're about to do a trial. What's little Moglet doing? Wait, what have we here? Alphnid? Another day, another trial. Such ordeals must seem almost mundane to you by now. Would that I could say the same. I believe I spied a Wyrm landing just outside the place. It is doubtless one of the children whom Hevsgard spoke. Come, my friends, let us not keep our escort waiting. It's not. That was a big hit, though. Another day, another trial. Okay, we've already read that. For the sake of Ishgard, I shall overcome whatever trial is placed before me, and I have no doubt that you will do the same to me. Imperious Wyrm. My broodmates now bear you to the place of your trial. Make your preparations. Sorkai now accessible. Snap. See what we got here. Sorkai. I'm going to go ahead and read it now, and then in this episode, and then tomorrow, we're going to start out fresh, jumping straight in to Sorkai. So, the description of this place is majestic and forgotten. Its existence unrecorded in the annals of man. A place rests atop the clouds in the furthest reaches of the churning mist. The skyborn splendor was once home to Radaskar, blood sister of Hedzgra and Nighthawk, till the treachery of mortars ensured that its stones would never again ring under the she-worm's talons. Dragons named it Sorkai, a grieving apology for their failure to avert her fate. And they watched with infinite sadness as Radaskar emptied the roost. Within infinite sadness at Radaskar's empty roost was overrun by bird and beasts. This is the place Hedzgra has chosen for your trial. Prove yourself in the fated shadow of one of your siblings, and convince the Great Worm to aid you against the wrathful shade of the other. Time of 90 minutes, location Sorkai. 1 to 4 players, alright, just a small instance. So it's an actual dungeon. Class dispose of war a minute, and just today we'll be using perform on sub party. Level 60, items will be synced on entry, item level 200. Nice, all of ours will be synced down to 200. Explore mode unavailable. Roll and item level restrictions are lifted for parties meeting the size requirements. And that's it for today. So thanks for joining me. Come on back tomorrow when we enter a dungeon. Till then, y'all take care.